In year 3 of our marriage, my CEO wife secretly flew abroad to see her old flame Ethan, but someone snapped intimate photos and they went viral. She panicked and rushed back, getting countless missed calls and texts the second she landed. She opened the last voice note saying, "Sis, Grandpa Miller passed away. Call me back right now," Chloe frowned and called her sister Haley back. What on earth happened? Haley went silent for a few seconds. Realizing she had not heard the whole message, she had to repeat it. "Mark was at the hospital looking after Grandpa today, and he saw the photos of you with Ethan overseas. He got super upset and had a brain hemorrhage, and he passed away shortly after they tried to save him." Mark was totally devastated, so Chloe turned pale hearing this. Breathing heavily, she gripped her phone tight and asked, "Where is he?" Haley paused for a second, not knowing the Miller family cremated Grandpa Miller that afternoon. "I have no clue where Mark is now. I just know he made one request after leaving the hospital." Chloe instantly guessed his request and her jaw tightened. "I am not divorcing him," Haley kept talking. Grandma and Aunt already agreed to his request, and Chloe's face darkened. She kicked her suitcase away, yelling, "I never said I wanted a divorce." "But sis, you really crossed the line this time," and Chloe looked awful. She cursed under her breath while her assistant Zoe shivered nearby. It was her first time seeing Chloe lose it like this. Chloe pinched the bridge of her nose. She called Mark with a gloomy face. It connected, but nobody answered. So Chloe had to call her mom the moment the call connected. Neither of them spoke, and Chloe felt her throat go dry. She forced herself to ask, "Mom, where is Mark? Are you guys together?" Her mom finally spoke up. Her tone was flat and cold, saying no before Chloe could say more. Her dad snatched the phone and started yelling at her right away. "What did I do to deserve a kid like you? Get your butt home right now." Chloe listened with a blank face, but her heart grew colder. "Where is Mark right now? You are asking me about your own husband. Are you even human? I am warning you to get back here right now. And tell that guy Ethan, or whatever his name is, he is never setting foot in this family unless we are all dead." Chloe felt a tight ache in her chest and wanted to explain, but she used to hate explaining herself. "Dad, he and I are not like that." Her dad sneered, saying it does not matter anymore. "Mark only wants one thing now, which is a divorce, so do the right thing and let him go." Hearing the word divorce made Chloe's whole back go rigid. She clenched her fist tight, saying, "I am not divorcing him. You think you can just say no? Who do you think you are?" Her dad got madder and madder, so Chloe just hung up the phone. Her heart sank deeper and deeper. She opened her mouth to say something, but ended up speechless. Zoe said, "We really need to find Mark first." Chloe slowly looked up with a totally pale face. Back to the villa on the way, Chloe kept calling Mark. But no matter how many times she called, he never picked up. She leaned back in the seat, gripping her phone, and said, "Drive faster." Zoe hit the gas, saying, "Yes, boss, we're here." Chloe pushed the door open and got out with Zoe right behind her. Zoe was a bit dazed, watching Chloe rush inside in a total panic. Martha saw her and froze, saying, "Miss, you are back." Chloe frowned deeply while her eyes scanned the second floor. "Is Mark home?" Martha replied, no one seeing her awful expression. Martha could not help but ask, did something happen? Chloe ignored her and marched upstairs, pushing open the bedroom door. Everything was still there, including his laptop and personal stuff. But she still felt uneasy, even though all his things were here. He was not here, and she did not even know where he was. She demanded to see him right this second. Chloe walked back downstairs with a dark face. Martha had just hung up the phone and looked up at them. Looking totally shocked, Chloe paused for a second, staring at her with heavy eyes, asking who was that. Martha was clearly still processing it, saying it was Mark. "He told me to go back to my hometown and said he is never coming back. He told me to just get rid of his stuff." Chloe's face turned grim. "Did he say anything else?" Martha shook her head blankly. "No, miss. What on earth happened? Everything was fine this morning." Chloe closed her eyes and found the number from Mark's sister Samantha and dialed it. Chloe thought nobody would answer, but Samantha's cold voice came through. "Ms. Vance," Chloe spoke in a low voice. Sounding unusually soft, she asked, "Where is Mark?" "I want to see him," hearing Chloe's voice. Samantha instantly turned icy, saying, "The divorce papers are at the Vance estate. Please sign them when you have time. I am begging you to let my brother go. Just give him a way out." And then Samantha hung up. The call was over and Chloe rushed downstairs. Heading straight for the door to go to the main house, Martha watched them leave. Still totally clueless about what was going on, the Vance mansion was brightly lit, but the vibe was super heavy and everyone was dressed in solemn black. To show respect for Grandpa Miller the second she walked in, Chloe's pupils shrank and she dropped to her knees right in front of Grandma. Her voice was raspy as she asked, "Grandma, where is Mark? I need to see him." Grandma kept her eyes shut tight, fingering her prayer beads and totally ignoring Chloe. Chloe kept her head down, looking totally stiff. Asking where he was, her mom sighed. "Mark does not want anything, but we set up a trust fund for him. And Grandma transferred her shares to him too. So just sign the papers." Chloe froze, completely watching her mom hand over the divorce papers. She took them with shaking hands and flipped to the last page. It really was Mark's signature. She gripped the papers super tight. "So you guys are not going to tell me where he is?" Her dad stared at her coldly, walking right up to her asking, "Why would he ever want to see you? Mark is my husband and I will find him. Even if I have to tear this whole city apart, I will find him." Then she glared at Zoe and said, "Get Chief Wang on the line. Tell him to find Mark before sunrise." Her dad turned green. He grabbed her collar and yelled in pure anger, "Now you remember he is your husband. Where were you when he needed you?" Chloe swallowed hard and spoke in a raspy voice. "I can explain everything to him." Her dad cut her off. "I'm just asking you. Did you keep your promises to Mark? Did you lie to him?" Chloe had no words. She had not kept them and she definitely lied to Mark. "I just did not want him to overthink it. Ethan and I are not a thing. I will clear it all up with Mark." Her mom walked over, staring at her quietly before letting out a long sigh. Chloe's eyes widened as she looked at her mom and softened her voice. "Mom, please tell me where he is. I want to see him. Please just let me see him." Her mom shook her head. "It is not that I will not let you, but your dad and I do not know." Her dad sneered, asking, "Do you know why they buried him without even a wake?" "It is because they did not want him to be known as your husband and did not want you showing up. Chloe, you do not deserve to be his wife." Chloe stood there feeling helpless, like she did not even get what that meant. Grandma slowly opened her eyes, no longer looking sweet and loving. "If you still see me as your grandma, sign the divorce papers and stop looking for him. Do not mess with his life anymore." Chloe's heart went cold. Feeling totally stuck for the first time, she lowered her head to walk away. Watching Chloe turn to leave, Grandma yelled sharply, "If you keep looking for him, then you are no longer part of this family from this day on." Chloe clenched her fists tight and finally let out a bitter laugh. Instead of leaving, she turned around and dropped straight to her knees. "Grandma, I am so sorry, but I just cannot do it. If I cannot find Mark, I will just kneel here until you feel sorry for me. And tell me where he is." Chloe pretty much figured out that Grandma had him hidden away. Grandma glanced at her and stood up. Her mom walked over to help her up while her dad just snorted and headed back to his room. The huge villa was cleared of staff, leaving only Chloe kneeling on the floor, and Zoe standing by. Zoe gritted her teeth and knelt too. Boss Chloe kept her head down. Her face hidden in the dim light, Zoe whispered softly, "Boss, should we get some people to look for Mark privately?" Chloe looked up slightly, giving a faint smile saying if Grandma hid him, we will never find him. Zoe was left totally speechless asking, "So you are really just going to kneel here?" Chloe pictured Grandpa Miller's face and clenched her fist with a bitter laugh. "Saying I deserve it?" Zoe gritted her teeth. "Saying then I will stay right here with you, Chloe." Slowly closed her eyes, her voice raspy and full of pure exhaustion. "Saying no, you have other things to do, be specific, boss." Chloe slowly opened her eyes, flashing a sharp look. "Go find out what really happened with those photos." Zoe jumped up fast, saying, "Yes, boss, I will get right on it." Chloe said nothing, just kneeling straight up in the hall, her mind totally filled with Mark at the hospital. I felt like I was having a super long dream.